Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a tutorial using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. This is the look that I created with this palette. It has been one of my go-to looks lately. I usually don't do a wing with it, but I thought I would add it for this video. And yeah, so if you want to see how to get this look, just keep watching. So I already have this eye done and my base done, so I primed with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I love this stuff. And then I applied the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Medium. So let's just jump into this eye. So I'm going to start by applying MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot all over my lid, just to prime for the eyeshadow. And I'm just using a concealer brush to place the product, and then I'm blending it in with my finger, and I'm putting this from brow bone all the way to my lash line. Now jumping into the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Mine is super dirty. I'm going to start with the shade Tempura. It's just this ivory kind of bone color, and I'm going to apply this. And I'm going to apply this all over my lid from brow bone to lash line, again just to set that primer. So I'm just taking this flat shader brush and applying that. This will just help all of the shadows that we apply after blend really seamlessly. Then I'm just going to take this Sonia Kashuk Fluffy Blender Brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Orange. It's just this really warm orangey tone. And I'm going to apply this in my crease as a transition shade. Okay, now I'm just going to apply a small piece of Scotch tape to the outer part of my eye. So I'm just going to take that and put it from my lower lashes and drag it up to the brow. And this is just going to help create that really sharp line. Okay, now going in with the shade Realgar with a MAC 217. Just going to apply this right under that crease color that we applied before. Focusing it a little bit more on the outer part of the eye. And then dragging it. With the same brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of red ochre. And I'm going to do the same thing with this, just keeping it a little bit lower. Then going back with the Sonia Kashuk brush, I'm going to just dab my brush ever so slightly in Love Letter, just this really bright pink color. Tap off the excess. And I'm just going to brush this kind of all over to give it that pinky feel. Take a tiny bit of Venetian Red with my MAC 217 and just layer that on as well. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the little Anastasia brush, the dual-ended brush that comes with the palette, and I'm going to take this side and I'm going to grab a little bit of Cypress Umber, this dark brown, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that and apply it to the outer V of the eye. back in with my MAC 217, just with whatever product is left on the brush. I'm not going to add any more product, and I'm just gonna blend that dark brown in with the other colors, not taking it too high, keeping it pretty low in the outer V, but just blending it in. I'm just gonna grab a fluffy packing brush, and I'm going to mix tempera with a tiny bit of golden ochre. And this I'm going to just place very lightly on the inner part of the lid, just to brighten that area up a little bit, and then taking a MAC 217 and blending the edges. Then, just to blend everything out, I'm going to go back in with my fluffy blending brush and take raw sienna and a tiny bit of warm taupe. Mix those together. Just go above all of that to blend it out. And then a little trick, if you ever feel like you went a little bit too high with your eyeshadow, is just to take a bone color. So I'm going to take a little bit of tempera and just lightly, it's almost like an eraser if you just brush it where you want to fix and then blend it in. It just cleans up that part a little bit if you want to make it a little bit more defined. Okay, now I'm going to remove the tape, and you can see the clean line. So that is a little bit too sharp for me. I don't want it to look like that sharp, so I'm just gonna take a somewhat clean blending brush and just, with no additional product, and just blend out the line a little bit so it doesn't look too harsh. Okay, now I'm going to add a wing with this look. You could just leave it like this and add lashes and be good to go, but I am going to add a wing today. So I will try my best to get this on camera, but I have to get really close to the mirror sometimes. So I'm just gonna take my Maybelline Gel Studio Blackest Black gel eyeliner. I'm actually gonna use a Anastasia number 12 brush. It's actually an eyebrow brush, but I'm gonna use it for a liner today. I'm just going to follow that line that we created with the tape. By the way, I am wearing the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil in the shade 6 for my brows today. I just picked it up and I've really been loving it. And then I set it with the Benefit Ready Set Brow Gel. I've been loving this as well. It has a really cool brush. So I will link those products in the description box. So I'm just going to create a wing. Cracky. Just gonna go in with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper, just to make this precise. And then taking the NYC Black Liquid Liner. So once we have the wings done, the eyes are almost complete. I'm just gonna throw on some lashes and I'll be right back. Alright, so the lashes are on. I applied the Devi Luxury Lashes in the style Anna, and I used the House of Lashes Lash Glue, my absolute favorite. So now we can move on to finishing up the face, and then we'll go back to finish up the eyes after. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Medium Light Neutral. And I'm just going to apply this under the eyes. Use it to clean up the wing a little bit. And then to highlight the rest of the face. Now blend that in with a damp beauty blender. And I'm just going to set all the places where I applied concealer with the Marcel translucent face powder. And I'm just going to take that on a Japanese 915 brush. Now I'm going to go in with the Benefit What's Up cream highlighter stick, and I'm just going to dab my beauty blender right onto the stick and then press this into the areas that I want to highlight. Alright, now to bronze. I'm just going to take the MAC Give Me Some bronzer on a MAC 135 powder brush. And I'm just going to bronze up my face. Of the Benefit Hoola bronzer on a angled contour brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and put it in the hollows of my cheekbones. And then I'm going to take it on a fluffy brush, just a little bit, and contour the nose. And then just going back with that powder brush to blend everything. And then going back with my beauty blender just to clean up underneath. I'm not adding anything to the beauty blender. I'm just kind of pouncing it to clean up the edge of that contour. Okay, now going into the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette. I am in love with this palette, guys. It is incredible. Champagne Pop has been my go-to ever since it came out, and it's right here. And I'm going to just take the same brush I used for my bronzer, and I'm going to mix Amaretto blush with Rosé Spritz blush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of both of those and put it right on my cheeks, just to brighten up the face a little bit. This palette is amazing. I'm so glad I got my hands on it. Like the second it launched on Sephora.com, I was like on it. Bought it like within the same second that it launched. I'm actually gonna highlight after we finish up the eyes because I'm gonna show you guys how I get that really beaming highlight. So to finish up the eyes, going back obviously into the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, I'm just going to take a little brush. I'm going to mix burnt orange with a little bit of Real Gar, a little bit of red ochre, just kind of all the crease shades that we used on the lid. I'm going to mix to put on the lower lash line. When you have a really smoky eye, you want to really balance out the lid shades with what you put on your lower lash line. And I'm just going to take the smallest pinch of Cypress Umber, that dark brown, and just focus it more on the outer part of the lower lash line. I'm just taking a fluffier brush. I'm going to just take a tiny bit of raw sienna and smooth that. Now to highlight the inner corners and the brow bone, I'm going to mix Primavera and Vermeer, the two shimmery shades in the palette. I'm just going to take about an even amount of both, just on a flat synthetic brush. And I'm just going to place that on my brow bone. And it just really brightens up the eye, especially with a bit of a smokier eye. And then I'm just blending the edges of the highlight into the crease color. And the eyes are complete. So now to highlight, I'm first going to spritz my face with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Guys, this is bomb. I bought it because I heard so many people raving about it. I think it originally started with Kim Kardashian's makeup artist used it on her, and then a bunch of YouTubers started using it, and it's really expensive, but it's definitely worth it. I've like already made a dent. So I'm just gonna spritz my face with this sparingly because I don't want to waste that. And then while my face is still wet, I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to take the Anastasia A23 highlighting brush, and I'm just going to mix Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop from the palette. And just apply that to my cheekbones. And this really just makes your highlights stand out because when your face is still kind of wet, it just makes it beam. And then the tip of the nose, my favorite part. And we are glowing to the gods. I'm just going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara and apply a little bit to my lower lashes. Alright, and now for lips, I'm going to keep it pretty nude just because the eyes are pretty bold. So I'm going to first line my lips with the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Exposed. And then I'm going to fill in my lips with the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Exposed. And then I'm going to top that off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Gilded. It's this really nice gold shimmery color. So yeah guys, that's the completed look. I'll zoom you in so you can see the eyes. So that is my tutorial using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I am absolutely in love with it. I use it like every single day I do my makeup. So if you're thinking about buying it, I would definitely recommend it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!
like it.